That other video was a little bit long. I just did. I'll have to load it in 2 parts. So he's went from wanting to be territorial to excited dominant. Can't pay attention to that. This right here is what created right there. That's excited dominance. He's trying to control me. He's trying to control the situation with the barking and the crying. That's why that I always say you cannot pay attention to that. You cannot give affection to that. You cannot allow that to be a controlling factor, because then the dog never comes down. And now I know where his territorial human aggression stemmed from. The excited, unstable state of mind that he lives in, because he's been able to control with excitement. He's been able to control with aggression, with charging, with growling, with lunging. He's been completely able to control everyone in his life except me. You hear that? That's excited dominance. And if you pet that, where that dog's brain stays forever until you remove that. Fear, pretty easy to break. Aggression, depending on the level of aggression, and as I always say, aggression is the end result of a problem that is not corrected. Here you go. Proof right here. This is his problem. He is an excited, dominant dog, which, at the end of all of that, aggression was how he dealt with it. Because his mind is unstable. That is not stability. That is out of control. And that is where his problem started. Because somebody gave in to that. Oh, what a good boy. What a good boy. What a good boy. And then they just walked away and left that dog in that state of mind. And it was never removed. And this is why that I harp so much on no petting the fear, no petting the excitement, no attention to the aggression. Because once they hit a specific level, you're beyond your abilities to control them, to get them back. You have to have a professional. And again, 3 different trainers, 1 unsuccessful, 2 unsuccessful, 3 unsuccessful. Just like with my little pit girl. Nobody wanted to deal with her. Nobody wanted to deal with this guy either. Because they were afraid of him. They didn't know how to understand him. They didn't know how to read him. They didn't know how to work with him correctly. That's why that I do the things that I do. And I offer the services that I offer. Because I love these guys. I love these worst case dogs. The ones that nobody else can deal with. The ones that nobody else can handle. I mean, sure, little Ginger over there, and she's even a little bit out of control for her owner to handle. Just a little poke there. She's a good girl. She just needs some help. But again, you know, this stuff is no joke. I mean, when you have a dog who is in fear or excited or aggressive, and you leave that dog in that state of mind, it's abusive. It is just plain and simple abusive. It's more abusive than to tie the dog out on a chain. Because at least tied out on the chain, you know, they've got some freedom to move around. Now, if they don't have water, if they don't have food, if they're not taken care of or whatever, it's actually better just to let them go and let them run free. Because when they're out there running free, they'll stabilize their own mind. And you don't have to worry about it. But when you have a dog who acts like this, or for an example, if you have a little tiny dog, and every time something happens, you snatch that dog up and you hold it up here, for one thing, the dog's clear across your body and it's all the way out in front of you. That dog is the leader. I don't care what you think or what you say. That dog does not need you to snatch it up and save it. It needs to face reality. It needs to face the situations. It needs dealt with correctly. And just because it's a little tiny dog, a little 1-pound Chihuahua, ain't no different than this big old 100 and, you know, I said 90 pounds last night, but I'm going to guess about 105 pounds. Maybe a little bit more than that, 110 maybe. His legs are as big as my wrist. I'm a small guy, but, you know, that's big old legs, big paws. Little 1-pound teacup Chihuahua. Ain't no different than this guy. Same thing. The animal, the dog. Exactly the same mentality, exactly the same body language, exactly the same needs. So if you have a little tiny dog and you snatch it up, you're doing nothing good for that dog. You're just ruining it, destroying that dog. You're going to make it aggressive. You're going to make it afraid, nervous, anxious, insecure, fearful, and it's you that's doing it. And when you take that dog up, you're not fulfilling that dog's needs. You're fulfilling your own needs. You're getting something for yourself. Even though you say, it's my baby, it's my baby, you're fulfilling some insecurity that you have through the dog. So again, can't mess with that stuff. Can't feed it. Can't pay attention to it. Can't pick up the little dogs. You just can't do it. You can't allow them just to jump up on you when they want. Whatever. Can't do it. And this goes for you. If you have a little dog and you pick that dog up and you hold it in front of you, it's just like with the walk and everything else. When that dog's out in the front, it owns you. If that dog's out in the front, it owns you. You don't own that dog. You're not alpha over that dog. That dog is alpha over you. So I'm going to stop this video right here and work for this guy some more. I'll shoot another video in a few minutes.